You must go through this stage before you become consistently profitable. Every trader imagines the turning point, the day the noise quiets, the charts feel readable, and you move with the market instead of wrestling it. What's rarely discussed is the interval before that shift, a quiet, difficult stretch between knowing the rules and living them. It doesn't look glamorous, it doesn't show up in highlight reels. It's the gap between learning and mastery, and it can feel like nothing works. At the start, trading is thrilling. You study candles, setups, and risk. You picture consistency and freedom. Then you go live and your reactions take the wheel. You hesitate, you chase, you overanalyze. The problem isn't knowledge, it's consistency. This is the emotional ravine that separates what you understand from what you can execute. Many interpret it as failure and walk away. In reality, this is where durable traders are forged. During this period, your patience, discipline, and self control are stretched. The market reveals every soft spot: fear, greed, ego, urgency, doubt. It isn't punishment, it's preparation. The profitable version of you is still under construction. Progress won't always show in your balance. You can follow your plan flawlessly and still take a loss while someone else profits recklessly. That mismatch can make you question everything. The few who stay long enough to steady themselves become consistent. This stage isn't about stacking wins, it's about mastering your reactions. Markets are indifferent. They mirror how you manage uncertainty. The real adversary isn't volatility, it's the craving for control and immediacy. Inside, your brain is rewiring, replacing impulse with intention. Each time you resist a revenge trade, you lengthen your patience. Each time you take a clean loss without breaking rules, you strengthen resilience. These upgrades don't show up on a P&L at first, but they compound. Eventually, your questions change. Instead of when will I start winning, you ask, how do I remain composed when I lose? You stop trying to control price and start controlling yourself. One day it feels quieter, not because the market softened, but because you did. You stop chasing missed entries. You stop needing to trade constantly. The first true sign of growth isn't more profit, it's more peace. You realize discipline protects you. You see losses as business costs, not personal verdicts. Your edge is less about a setup and more about your state of mind. Emotional neutrality takes root, not apathy, but steadiness. You trade your plan, you accept uncertainty. Stress gives way to strategy. Everyone you admire in trading has endured this corridor. None skipped it. They learned while losing, believed while doubting, and kept their focus intact. If you're in that stretch now, tired, frustrated, questioning yourself, you're not failing, you're evolving. When you emerge, you'll notice the charts didn't change. You did. The same patterns appear, but your reaction is different. That difference changes everything. From the outside, people won't see it. They won't notice the battles you won quietly, waiting instead of forcing, exiting on plan instead of hoping, sitting out instead of chasing. It's like winter before spring, cold on the surface, growth beneath. The process prunes away recklessness and ego so the professional and you can take over. You can't skip the price of mastery. You can only pay it. At some point, you accept a harder truth. Your worst drawdowns came not from bad signals but from emotional choices, moving stops, doubling down, getting even. Taking ownership stings, but it frees you. You stop treating the market as an opponent and start treating it as a mirror. You notice your own patterns, overtrading to prove something, breaking rules out of FOMO, cutting winners from anxiety. The game shifts when you focus on regulating yourself rather than predicting every tick. With time, you stop seeking excitement and start seeking accuracy. You value flawless execution over flawless setups. You learn that missing a trade is cheaper than breaking your rules. You stop measuring success by outcome and measure it by discipline. A planned loss becomes acceptable, and undisciplined one becomes a warning. Calm replaces compulsion. You sleep after a loss. You don't feel invincible after a win. You wait for your moment and accept when it never comes. The pause between impulse and action becomes your advantage. You let the spike pass. You breathe instead of nudging the stop. You cut the urge to make it back. The more you choose discipline in that gap, the stronger you get. Your relationship with risk matures. Money becomes a tool, not a trophy. You protect longevity. You take fewer trades and better ones. You let confirmation come to you. You sit out noise. You stop chasing and start attracting high quality entries. Patience becomes your edge. Consistency follows. You redefine success as mental growth. A great day is one where you honored your plan. A great month is one where you didn't break your rules, even when tempted. Emotions still appear: fear, greed, frustration, but you recognize them and choose your response. That's emotional intelligence. Not the absence of feeling, but the mastery of reaction. Profitable traders look calm not because they don't feel anything, but because they've trained themselves not to obey every feeling. They've learned that markets reward consistency and punish impulse. Once that truth settles in, discipline becomes natural. This is the quiet threshold before profitability, where your mindset matures ahead of your account. It's invisible to most, unforgettable to those who pass through it. When you get here, trading turns from chaos into process, from grasping for outcomes to executing a plan. Profits start to follow, not because the market changed, but because you did. Master the self, and the craft follows, calm, patient, focused, and free.